I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
This is a paid request. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, topics, reactions, randomness, out of the blueness, feel free to send them either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. I'll get to it as soon as I can. I saw this film quite a long time ago. I think when it debuted on VHS, because, hey, I'm a Ninja Turtles fan. Okay, I had to believe Ninja Turtles, Kung Fu Kangaroos, is really that far off the reservation? Watching this film again, the film is weird. It's fucking bad. The worst kids film ever? No. But for what I understand, this was the brainchild of four brothers. Ronald, Dennis, Christopher, and Jeremy Law. They made these characters up. They got the financing from their, I guess, dad was really big in the toy industry. And so the four of them fronted the entire budget, which was like $36 million. And then they got to MGM and United Artists. They got, hey, we'll put in the distribution, advertising. You put in this budget. So the four producers got Ronny Yu, who gone to direct Freddy vs. Jason. He directed this film. They got Tony Gardner, the guy who did makeup effects on Darkman, Army of Darkness, to do the effects on the Kung Fu Kangaroos. And I sit there and I'm like, I don't get why these guys, these brothers, the Law brothers, sound like Judge Dredd, law. Why they thought this would work. Why they thought this would be a hit. Why they thought this would be successful. Because it wasn't. It was a big bomb. It didn't make a fraction of its budget back. I mean, this even had... They thought this would be such a big hit. There were toys. This commercial's on YouTube of the toys. Action figures. They really thought this would be like a big new thing. These brothers. Number one, this was 1997 this came out. 1997. Maybe if they tried in 1992? Granted, the film itself, I'm not a fan of, so I'm not saying it would be a hit then. But maybe to ride the coattails of Ninja Turtles and other stuff, maybe. But what do we have in 1997? What frame of time are we at? The Ninja Turtles were dying at that point. The third film came out in 93. It made a lot less than the first and second one. By 97, I think you had, the TV show The Next Mutation and such that lasted one season. Like, Ninja Turtles was fairly dying to the point, almost dead at this point. The cartoon had ended. Power Rangers. The first movie came out in 95. That only made like 38 million in the US. I think maybe over 60 million worldwide. And that was Power Rangers. Like, people don't realize Power Rangers was not this $100 million mega hit like the first 1990 Ninja Turtles film was. The first Power Rangers film in 95, like I said, like maybe 60 million worldwide. I know it was less than 40 million in the US. So think about that. If Power Rangers did that, and these guys are putting 35, 36 million, and then another 20 million from them on MGM from the advertising, that's like 55 million bucks. By the time you try to get an inkling of profit, what? Usually they say you gotta make double. So what, 100 million? They thought this movie was going to be $100 million hit? Maybe one of those, if it made like 70, 80 million, they would get some kind of profit and their foot in the door. Maybe that's what they were hoping. But why they thought that when even Power Rangers didn't make that much 2 years before? Power Rangers had a lot more status and hype. The thinking behind this, I thought, was very, very flawed from the get-go. And then the movie itself, your lead kid is on a fucking toilet reading a comic book while his dog tries to get into the window, and then it randomly cuts to him at his favorite restaurant. Very awkward cut to go from the toilet to a restaurant. Well, then go back to the toilet again because what you had at the restaurant? Maybe that's why you were in the toilet in the first place. You went to the restaurant, you're on the toilet, now you're going back to the inn. Maybe you'd be in the restaurant toilet. Maybe your head would be in the toilet. And this very over-the-top, trying to do kung fu while cooking. And I forgot that Dennis Dunn was in this as the cook. And then, of course, Dennis Dunn's double was doing all the fancy moves. If you don't know who Dennis Dunn is, he was the co-star in Big Trouble in Little China. Wayne. Was it? Yeah. Looking for his girlfriend with the green eyes. And old Job Burton of the Pork Chop Express is going to help. Although technically, Dennis Dunn was the star, and Job Burton, Caruso was the sidekick, which was one of the interesting things about Big Trouble in Little China when you look at it again. Because Dennis Dunn's theater knew where to go, and he was a lot more competent, while Job Burton, safety's on, shit. What, you never played the guy? Of course I have. But you had a competent director, John Carpenter, writer, W.D. Richter, who wrote Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai, and cast, and story, and action, and plot. Unlike this. So, this little kid, and this gets into one of the major problems with the film. It makes the warriors of virtue secondary characters. The main focus is on this little kid that's not that interesting. The character Ryan, his leg's a little fucked up, so he can't play football. That's it. And he's sad that he can't play football because his leg is a little bit fucked up. That's all there is to it. And then He tells his quarterback about how to do a football play. He does it successful. And then, oh, thanks for it. Come over to this location. So Ryan goes with his buddy to this location and double dare to go across this pipe where there's a whirlpool underneath. He falls into the whirlpool after a blast of water hits him from another pipe up above. He goes through the pool, goes down, and kind of like later on Black Knight where Martin Lawrence did, he's in another place, another location. And you can already tell this is having elements of trying to do like the Wizard of Oz, Alice in Wonderland, like more Wizard of Oz type stuff with Ninja Turtles, with a set of the forest looking like a cross between Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and the Lost Boys location in Hook. And maybe it points a little bit of leftover sets of the Dark Crystal. And it's all stuff that you just have seen in better movies. Better movies. And Dennis Dunn, he appears at the beginning of the film giving this manuscript to the boy. Oh, the manuscript of Tao, representing earth, fire, water, wood, metal. You would think at the end of the film, after he goes on his journey, you'd meet Dennis Dunn again, and Dennis Dunn maybe give him a wink. Or, I think, let's have a bit of a conversation. No, he never pops back in the film again, which you think that's kind of fucking weird, that Dennis Dunn just disappears after that. Does he seem like a pretty damn important character? Seem like, wait a minute, once I'm back from this weird magical world, maybe I should go talk to the guy who gave me the book and see like he knew what he was talking about. Get some answers. No. Instead, he talked to his fucking dog about it. Hey, dog, you can't understand what the fuck I'm saying. Let me tell you about Tao. Really? Oh, wait, before we get to the magic world, I forgot that before he goes over the pipe, his buddy literally says, let's make like Tom and Cruise. You did Tom Cruise, so let's make like Tom and Cruise, as in get the fuck out of here. Another movie this reminds me of, The Never-Ending Story. You're looking for this book, go across to another world. This one is just like Ninja Turtles, Never-Ending Story. Yes. You have this over-the-top scenery-chewing villain. I recognize the guy. He was the bad guy in Equilibrium with Christian Bale. He's been in other stuff too. Just insanely chewing up the scenery almost as much as Jeremy Irons in Dungeons and Dragons. And then he has these goofy henchmen and women that just acting stupid. Because it's a kid's film, of course. And something about stealing the life springs of Tao in order to stay young forever. That's what the bad guy wants. Tom Tolles, who I remember from some of Rob Zombie's movies, he's here as sort of the general of the bad guy's army. And so the kid, his leg is healed, so he's excited about it. He's more excited about that than the fact that he's in a magical fucking world in a forest. But oh my god, I can run a little bit faster now. It's not like his leg was gone or his leg was completely broken, but whatever. So he meets this old guy, wannabe like Mr. fucking Miyagi, and then the 5 kangaroos. One is away, and that's the... What the fuck was Water, who is the leader. He's away. The other 4 are there. Fire, who I guess is more playful. Earth, who is female, wood, who's kind of an ass, and metal, who doesn't talk. And that's as much as you get out of them in terms of characteristics. I understand the first two Ninja Turtles in the 90s, they're not like characteristics as deep as, I don't know, Michael Mann's Heat or Shawshank Redemption or Quentin Tarantino film, but there's more to those four, even in those two movies, and characteristics of Raphael and Leonardo and Michelangelo that you could take out of personality-wise, much easily personality-wise and traits than you can out of these. Like, these are nothing characters, even for a kid's film. And like I said, the Ryan gets more of the screen time. It would be like if Danny Pennington was truly the main focus of the first 1990 movie. Oh, he is. Really? I saw a lot of focus on the turtles in that. Especially when they go to a fucking farm and it's about them, Raph getting out of his coma or them training. A lot more than this. And then there's nothing to the characteristics of these kangaroos, as stupid as that sounds. And then the look. Did Michael Bay watch this film for the Ninja Turtles? It's like, we gotta make them look more human. And that's one of the things that made the kangaroos ugly. It just, a bad design is that the faces are trying to be more of a human trait. And you could call the look of the turtles in the 90s cartoony, but that made them more accessible, more appealing to the eyes, and to me was a better choice and better fit. And to me, that was a good reason to do it in that route. Because when you don't, you get awful shit like the Michael Bay produced films. And this is like doing it with the kangaroos. Like they just look creepy and ugly. And then the action scenes you can't even enjoy because there's a possibility there's good choreography. That the people they cast do a bit of martial arts, kung fu. But every single action sequence is ruined because it does this fucking thing where it's filmed at like a low shutter speed. And so there's a blur effect in the fight scenes. It's like, well, they're wearing the suits, so they can't move as fast as they want. So let's film it a lower shutter speed to maybe get them appear like they're fighting quicker. But then it looks all blurry. And it looks like shit. It's like, well, I don't even need my fucking glasses because I get the same effect. Watch these fight scenes and you will know how I feel when I'm looking at stuff with my glasses off. Because that's what the fuck it seems like. I don't know why they did. That was a stupid decision. They didn't do that when Power Rangers are in their fucking suits, or the Ninja Turtles in 1990 and 1991. They're in the suits and they're not having to shoot blurry. Or this low shutter speeds, thus it looks blurry. It was a stupid decision. No one looked at this and said, these fight scenes are awful to look at. Which is a shame, because like I said, it looks like there could be some pretty decent choreography in there, but gave me a headache watching it. So Ryan, the kid, meets the old master, the four kangaroos, finds the fifth one. All he does is call him a wimp, and almost immediately the leader snaps out of it. I'm like, that's all it took? Okay. There's a point where three of the kangaroos get captured in these shackles and chains and go down a pit, and they avoid this big blender at the bottom. Master Chun saves the kid, and I could barely tell how the fuck he died. Because the bad guy's here, the kid's over there, there's a big tree. The way it's directed and framed, and Master Chun flies off, the bad guy swings, a tree gets cut in half, then you're on the Master Chun, then he decides to just turn, and there's a cut on his face. I'm like, okay. And did he even save the kid? Because he was jumping up, but the kid seemed down here. It was like a confusing fucking scene. I don't know. But he dies. Earth and wood kangaroos are fighting. And I don't remember their fucking names. I think they have names. I don't remember what the fuck their names were. The kangaroos. While the bad guys are literally yelling, "Stupid ruse! Stupid ruse! Stupid ruse! A Doyle rules! A Doyle rules! A Doyle rules!" As the motherfucker is pinned to the wall with flowers. Flowers. He's pinned to the fucking wall with flowers. Because shit happens. Speaking of which, when Ryan does get the book, and I'm leaving some stuff out because I don't give a fuck. He can't read the book. He bullshits around. He said, "What's in the book?" Just about the book. The bad guy needs the book. He needs to know what's in the book. Oh, that only the kid can read the book. He can't read anything right now. So he said, "Oh, it says shit happens." I will say that's the one time I genuinely chuckled at the movie. Because I did not expect the kid to say that. So the kid looks and is like, "Shit happens." It made me think of fucking Predator 2. Shit happens. Is the Predator gonna come out, kill everybody? I hope. Skin the kangaroo, skin the bad guys, go ahead. Then Danny Glover could come in and shoot everybody. Shoot all these motherfuckers. Once he gets it done. Damn thing won't fucking stay on, of course. There you go. Fuck yourself, fuck yourself, fuck yourself. There, I wish. But the movie can go fuck itself. Cause then, like, the bad guy splits himself into 5 parts, is fighting the kangaroos, and again, you get either awful slow motion or this blur effect that ruins the action and choreography because it's terrible to look at. And then to defeat the bad guy, you 5 combine your forces. I mean, that could have been a fucking educated guess. You didn't need to read it in the book. So they combine the forces and form Captain Planet. Not really, but kinda. They combine their forces and it fucks with the bad guy. It doesn't even kill the bad guy. The bad guy comes back, but now he has no memory and he's a good guy. And he has no memory, he's just nice. And then Tom Tolles is ready to attack with his army, and the leader of the kangaroo says, "We must not fight. It is the only way." Then Tom Tolles automatically goes. And the war's over. Wow. That'd be like the Ninja Turtles going, "Foot Clan, we cannot fight. It is the only way." And the Foot Clan goes, "Okay." Fucking cop out. The kid gets back. He decides not to go across the pipe. Goes back home. Says some stuff to his mom. Did you think of Dennis Dunn? But, I mean, I like Dennis Dunn as an actor. I liked him in Big Trouble in Little China. He was in John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness. I forgot he was in this film. That was like the one that, oh, whoa, cool, Dennis Dunn. He doesn't even get to come back. Again, you would think, let me talk to the guy who gave me this book at the beginning of the film. You think that would be fucking important? No. Let me just talk to my dog. Hey dog, let me tell you the story of Tao. The fuck for? Is the dog gonna be a kung fu dog? The sets in the other realm, I know some people liked it. To me, like I said, it came off as a reject of Legend with Tom Cruise, or a mix of Robert Hood, Prince of Thieves meets, like I said, The Lost Boys, Camp, and Hook. I've seen much better. It's not off. I've seen much better the kangaroos, they just look weird and ugly. The action scenes are, like I said, hurt by the fucking blurry effect. Terrible lines of dialogue. This made like Tom and Cruise. The kid I didn't give a fuck about. I did not care one iota of shit about this kid. His acting was meh. Take it or leave it. The villain is so chewing up the scenery, but not even like a fun Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 Eric Freeman way. More of just annoying, irritating nails on chalkboard way for me. And the kangaroos are barely characters, even compared to the 90s Ninja Turtles films. And I think there's just other better options to watch other than this. There's better options. Some people may like it because of nostalgia, to each their own. I was never nostalgic because I saw, even as a kid, I saw this. Well, I probably wasn't really a kid. I was, well, probably like 16, 17 by the time I saw this on video. And I thought, this sucks. And I still think it sucks. I don't know what else to say. I think it's weird that you start off like one of the first scenes with the lead kid is he's on a fucking toilet. But he's reading comic books. Yeah, he's on a toilet. Kind of a weird way to start off your kid's family film. Let's watch him take a dump. Shit happens. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.